Welcome. So we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing quarterly reviews of all the features, enhancements, and cool stuff that we've worked on over the past quarter. So we're going to look back at Q1 2022 and see what we've been working on.
Hard to believe we're already at the end of Q1.
I know. Where is my life going? Truly. It's mind-blowing.
All right. So what's up first?
Cool. Let's talk about Retail Toolkit.
Yep.
So just in January, we released 2 new packages with Retail Toolkit, which is a new software to us in general. We did, is it acquire? Did we acquire Retail Toolkit last year?
Acquire, merged. We brought the 2 companies together, and I tell you, it's been crazy. We've learned a bunch from that effort. Just the merger piece in general. We brought great people over from that project. It's been good.
Yeah. It's super fun. Our team has grown. What we can offer bike shops has grown. So in a nutshell, Retail Toolkit is the only business intelligence platform made for bike shops. The 2 packages, we have loyalty and performance. So the performance package focuses on utilizing retailers' sales and staffing data. So retailers can kind of look back at what's happened in the past and what's going on in their bike shop to inform their decisions for the future.
So that's things around like staffing the store according to sales rather than just guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's a really good way of looking at it. You can look exactly like where hourly and daily, where are most of my sales coming from? Where do I need the most coverage, both sales and service, or anywhere in between? So.
Cool.
Yeah. And some other tools include, forecasting and analyzing sales, helping you with purchasing and inventory management. And there's also a foot traffic tool that requires or includes some additional hardware. But that's another good tool to kind of look at for seeing the full picture.
So you said inventory management. That's like the open to buy piece. Do I have the right inventory amounts and the right categories, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So you can kind of dive down. You can look at your total inventory dollars. You can drill down to, bigger categories like bikes, and then kind of go down further all the way down to, we saw an example just yesterday where we're looking specifically at a popular model. I mean, this was a Trek dealer, so they were looking at their FXs and seeing where they need to fill in. It's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. What
is the price of the performance package?
Mm-hmm. The performance package is $149 a month per location.
Good. Yeah. I asked that question like I didn't know. Wasn't that clever?
That was excellent.
Or I was hiding my ignorance, one or the other.
But isn't that why there's 2 of us to help kind of like...
Absolutely.
So the other package in Retail Toolkit is loyalty. This one is a little bit, I think, easier to communicate and understand and even kind of quickly realize the potential of and return on investment. So it's aimed at doing, just that, just like the title, is building loyalty. So included in the loyalty package is automated post-purchase emails and a digital rewards program. But it's really cool, again, leveraging your POS data, so those sales and customer history to pull in and really, speak more specifically to your customers. With those automated emails, we really love the post-bike purchase emails. I think that's kind of like maybe an essential step 1 if you're diving into loyalty and getting going. I love it just because it can really speak to the customer and what their interests are and what they purchased and help them get the most out of their bike and keep them coming back.
Yeah, I think that's a big piece because we worry sometimes about general marketing emails and overloading people. But in these cases, these emails are often triggered from a direct purchase. So if I buy a bike on a Saturday, maybe Monday morning, I'm getting a thank you for your bike purchase email. That makes me feel good that I made a good decision to buy from that store. And then it goes from there. Maybe my 30-day checkup email comes. So those are transactional based emails that do exactly like you said, the name of the program's loyalty, that builds loyalty to your business over time by talking to those customers. And if you could chat with people that bought things from you easily, that's what this is. It's a way to talk to those people directly about the things they bought from you and suggest other things to buy from you or other services to take advantage of.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, I think the biggest piece is it's personalized. It's really going to speak to who you are as a customer. You look those post bike purchase emails. I believe, the ones that we've created that we help retailers build. I believe it's 5 emails that go out over the course of a year. So, it's that little bit of work up front to set those up, and then it's set and forget. Those emails are going out. What's really awesome too is you kind of mentioned, we set them up. Maybe it goes out. The first one you get a thank you for your purchase. So excited for your bike. Day 1, and then maybe like 30 days later, remind them of their free tune-up, things like that. But once you set them up, you're also going to catch people that have made purchases in the past year. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if I set this up on, say, January 1st, and I set those 5 emails up, stretching out over a year, and somebody bought a bike 3 months before that, say October or November, they won't get the day after thanks for your purchase, but wherever they are in that 3-month range, they're going to start getting those emails from there.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we talked about, I think bike is kind of step 1. There's just so much value that bike shops can deliver. With those follow-up emails after a bike purchase. Keep those customers engaged. Ultimately, we always want to grow the sport. We're all here because we love bikes and see what they've done for our lives, and we want the same for others.
Yeah, and other areas are big for the business. So there's probably a great use case for service emails that way. After you had one tune-up, you might want another tune-up down the road, that kind of thing. Pretty much anything you can think of that's identified in your point of sale system can be used to trigger these emails.
It can be even as simple as like, hey, you bought a helmet 3 years ago. Maybe it's time for a refresh, So yeah, super exciting. So the other part of loyalty is rewards.
Yeah, and that's something a lot of businesses, the coffee shops I go through to, a couple of the bike shops I met have loyalty programs. And that's something that it's not, I don't know that I'd say it's expected, but it's certainly appreciated. And I think in my life, it makes a difference on where I shop for a few different things. So the rewards program lets the retailer set up their reward levels. So based on some number of dollar purchases, you get some number of points. Those some number of points can be redeemed for things in the store. Maybe it's gift cards or water bottles or just discounts. And that way a customer is rewarded from buying from you repeatedly over time. And it's pretty simple. There's a website separate for the rewards program. Your customers get an account they can log into on their phone. They can track their points. They can redeem those points in the store. It's pretty slick, and it's easy to use, and it's included in the loyalty package, and that package is $49 per month per location. So it just kind of solves that problem of what's one more way we can reward our customers for shopping locally with us? Use that program.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them coming back. Kind of show that you're also investing in them, delivering a little more value to them. So,
yep. And setting up that is part of the support. So our team will help you get that set up. On the email piece, just like everything at SmartEtailing, there's tools in place for you to do it yourself if you want. And if you don't want to do it yourself, you can delegate that to our agency team. We'll build those email campaigns for an affordable rate. And the cool thing, like you mentioned, Susie, is you build those once and they just kind of take over from there. And so you might build that email one time and it might get sent hundreds, if not thousands of times over the next year or two, based on how many things you sell or how many emails you set up. It's kind of a beautiful thing because once it's there, it just works.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's the most exciting part. You put that little work in, get them set up and kind of set and forget. Maybe you refresh images after a year or two just to show some new product, but yeah.
Cool. All
cool.
Right. What other fun stuff did we accomplish in Q1 for our retailers?
Oh man, we got some big stuff. Another piece, I think, especially since we have made some modifications to our professional website package, which now includes supplier fulfillment. So you can sell and drop ship directly from up to, we have 5 partners that we're working with. And so we created a direct fulfillment email trigger. So Mark, can you tell us show us a little bit about that?
Yeah, let me get to that spot. Right, so from the update center, if we go to orders and we look at order notices, down at the bottom of that screen, what we've added is this supplier fulfillment for email notification settings. So when you have an order that you send to a fulfillment partner for for them to pick, pack, and ship it for you. When you enable this piece, once that supplier fulfills the order and ships it, then it automatically sends a little pre-formatted email to your customer with important data, depending on the supplier you're using. Sometimes it's got the tracking number, but all the important things they need to know so that you don't have to actively or manually let them know that order's been shipped. So that's a pretty handy feature that people have been asking for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it really helps, retailers deliver better or improved customer service to all of their customers. I think sometimes the e-commerce customer can get a little bit left behind, or there's just more barriers, I think, to reaching out effectively. So this is just kind of help fills in that gap, helps set expectations, let people know that their stuff's on the way.
Yep, and that's an important piece because I think that's the way retail in general is going. There's a lot of communication, so we've got other things in the works too, ideas we want to have for adding this. But this is a great step to add one more piece of communication that our client, the retailer, doesn't have to physically do themselves.
Yeah, I think it's really huge for just order management and obviously customer service. And yeah, we will have a bunch of different resources and links below, whether it's our help center or some of those videos that we've created to help really highlight and outline these tools.
Yep. Cool. What else?
So, should we talk about the mega menu enhancement?
Yeah, let's. That's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. And so Mark has already created some super helpful tools, a video that I think really just kind of walks through how to use it. But let's do a little bit more. And I think you made some modifications to the demo site that you used too.
Right. So we made some changes to this little demo site. This is the site that I use just for sales demos and to do some of the how-to videos. But one of the things that comes up a lot is some shoppers like to see everything you've got in one big, easy picture at one time like this. So this is what we call a mega menu. When you click that shop or shop all or whatever you name it, it shows all the categories. And this is dynamically created from the data we see from both the retailer's point of sale data as to what they have in stock, and also blended with what the suppliers that are selected might have in stock. But sometimes it's helpful to break that down. So maybe you want a navigation piece that's just bikes. And in the past, this required manipulating the catalog structure, which was kind of cumbersome. And then putting it back, if you decided you didn't want that, was also kind of cumbersome. So in this way, it's pretty easy now to say, okay, let me have bikes as a mega menu. Let me have accessories as a mega menu. Those are the two things that my customers seem to want to talk about the most. And then we'll have this shop all, which is just everything, so they can go back and find the things that aren't included in these specific navigators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And setting it up is quite simple. It's kind of the same way as you would have set up a mega menu before. We use what we call our catalog link pages. So if you go to Page Editor, and there's a great video on this, so maybe we won't go through too much of this, but go to Page Editor and add a page and use this catalog link page. Then basically you just use this middle selection. And you used to have to choose a full catalog, but now you can choose a category. And that's how I made that bikes mega menu. So once you do that and click OK, that's kind of it. It does the rest of it for you, again, based on what it sees in each category at the moment somebody clicks that button.
Cool. Yeah. We also did a little blog just kind of talking about some navigation best practices. So if you're considering modifying, your shopping catalog, or not modified, I mean highlighting different categories like the way Mark has on that demo site, maybe just take a look at the blog. Just kind of talks about how to make it easier for customers to shop with you.
Yep. I think one of the key uses is we know in most stores, bikes are a super important category.
Yeah.
Let's put that in top line navigation. Don't overload that top line navigation. You don't want it cluttered. No. You can't possibly have a top line navigator for everything. So pick the key categories. If you're a store that's big on selling parts, then do bikes and parts, and then let the rest be in that shop all or everything tab, and see if that helps improve the communication and the conversion with your customers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And, if you're looking to highlight some smaller subcategories, maybe it's like lights and helmets and things like that. That's great for merchandising your homepage with. Maybe you use that, we call it the hero, your homepage highlight just below your navigation. We've got some great complimentary library content to help with that. So
Yeah, and here's a few of those things like Susie's talking about, this hero image place, super important things. They should go here, and this should get updated on a regular basis based on seasonality or based on product cycle, that kind of thing. And then lower on the page, you can spend a little more time and space to highlight particular categories that you care about. It could be service, and there's different ways to do that. But think about how you shop. How do you want to see things? And remember that not everybody shops the same. Some people are going to go straight to search and search for whatever that thing is they want. Some people are going to use the navigation. So be a little thoughtful about that. And if you have any questions, reach out to the support team. A client success team will happily walk you through that stuff. If you want some help doing it, we have an entire marketing agency as part of the team that can happily help with that work too.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. Well, of course, we'll link those resources for Mega Menu and navigation best practices below. Let's move on to quotes.
Quotes.
Can you tell I'm very excited about quotes?
A lot of people are.
Yeah, cool. So we released a new feature that allows you to email a pre-populated shopping cart directly to your customers. Again, Mark has created some awesome assets to really help retailers utilize quotes or learn how to use it, put it into practice. We have a help center article. So we'll link those below. So if you're ready to kind of dive in, please take a look at those. But let's chat a little bit about maybe some of the ideas that we've heard of how people are utilizing quotes. Important note that I did not mention, this is included in all SmartEtailing website packages at no additional cost. It's already there on your website. All you have to do is get started.
Yeah, I'll just, you're right. We did a bunch of resources to find, but just here quick, I'll just show you where to find it. If you go to orders and open orders, this little create quote button here is how you get that started. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the days of kind of creating quotes in our POS system that then you could like print, and there was the customer would have had to come back in the store. Yeah. Someone's got to find that quote, make sure that you put their information in appropriately in the POS system, and so this way they can email it, they can add things, remove things, just check out and pick up in store or have it shipped if that's something that you offer. So super handy.
Another wonderful use for orders from the website is you're in the middle of processing orders. You look at that and they've ordered a kid's bike for pickup in store, but they didn't think about a helmet. They didn't think about the other things they might want to think about. Yeah. And so it's really easy now because you're looking at the order. You've got their email address to throw those things into a quote. Email that quote over, and in the message say, I can have this ready when you pick up the bike for your daughter. What do you think? And they check out. Happy.
Yeah. Chase from our content team shared the idea. I guess the shop that he used to work at did a lot of custom builds. So I think quotes is a really awesome way to be like, here's the drivetrain I put together for you. Do you like this brake option, wheels, whatnot? I think that's really great. Yeah. I love that idea.
I can even see it on the sales floor. You're chatting with somebody, you kind of get to it, and you can't quite get them where they're ready to make the purchase, and you just say something like, if it would help, let me have your email address. I'll get a little an idea together on what we talked about, make some suggestions, and email you a quote over. Would that be helpful? And I think that'll be valuable, but it could also be the thing that lets that customer get out of the store that wants to get out of the store, but you still have a way to reconnect with them after the fact and maybe present those products again.
Yeah, I think about new riders when you say that, we are so used to, we have our go-to, to anyone else, looks like a pile of stuff that we take on every single ride, or half the stuff is already on my bike or always in my pack. So when you're getting a new rider set up, it can be overwhelming to be like, yes, of course, I've got a pump, I've got a tube, I got my snacks,
CO2 cartridges, tire levers, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I have some other kind of little ones. I liked it for maybe you're the customer, you come in and you pick out some things and then you have the shop email those items to a loved one as a gift idea.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. Like a proactive wish list.
Yes, right?
Beautiful.
They can just, I don't know, check out, picked out this kit. It's my size. It's what I want. It looks good. It complements my hair. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Mark, hair looks great. Yeah. But that was fun. Maybe a cool idea around the holidays to promote, or, it's almost my half birthday. So, there's that.
Well, there'll be a lot of quotes for Susie. You never seem to lack for need of new bike stuff.
I did buy a new bike, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh.
Yeah. What else I got here? Yeah. I think we mentioned someone who bought a bike maybe online, but didn't pick out accessories, gift suggestions. Jenna from the agency team shared that a retailer was utilizing it on their sales floor for customers who want to check out using PayPal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think you could, but most stores don't take PayPal through their point of sale system. How about that? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll keep sharing ideas as they come up, but that's quotes. We're really excited. Please check out Mark's video if you're ready to get started and utilize it for yourself.
Yeah. And if you think of something that you haven't seen it used for, let us know.
Yeah.
That's going to be where the best ideas come from.
I know, right? I just can't wait to hear how people are utilizing it. You guys, obviously bike shops, you all know your own business better than we do, and you're all very creative and you have to solve problems all day, every day. So, Yep. Yeah.
Super.
So those are the big, features enhancements that we've released this last quarter in 2022. So many of these, this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg, especially quotes. We're going to continue to develop this. We have so many ideas that we're actively working on. So please look out for communications, about that. Yep. And of course, anything that gets released in next quarter, we'll talk about that in the next video.
Yeah, so a couple months down the road, we'll do this again. Hopefully have lots more fun stuff to share. And if anybody had any ideas to use quotes or different ways to use the technology and the pieces we're talking about this quarter, let us know and we'll include that in the next update. And thank you publicly.
Yeah, thank you so much.